Hi everyone, I'm Dak. Today, my group will introduce a new technology project which can apply in supply chain management. This is blockchain. Our content will include, firstly, what is the blockchain technology in context of supply chain management. Secondly, Mark, one of the first companies used blockchain to manage their operation. Thirdly, the comparison between real-world practice and theory of blockchain. And finally, it is some issue that company can face if they want to apply blockchain. Now, my partner will show you what is blockchain.
What is the blockchain technology in the context of supply chain management? In traditional supply chains, lack of transparency is one of the most common problems. Blockchain is a tool that brings transparency to the supply chain. It also helps to improve supply chain management in an organization. Blockchain is a technology that can transmit data securely on the basis of encryption. It is possible to understand blockchain similar to the accounting book of a company. This can be considered as the accounting ledger in the technical field. Blockchain has very special features. It doesn't require an intermediary to confirm the information. Blockchain also has many features for authenticating information without requiring another. In addition, the information in the blockchain cannot be changed and can only be added with the consent of all the nodes in system. Blockchain also has a security system that is safe and cannot be stolen. If a computer in a computer network collapses, other computers continue to protect the information and keep the network running. According to White, blockchain technology is a combination of technologies such as cryptography, peer-to-peer networks, and game theory. Cryptography technology allows blockchain to use public key and hash functions to ensure privacy, transparency, and integrity. A horizontal network allows each node in the network to be treated as a client and also replication host. The application game theory will ensure that the nodes involved in the system are subject to the census rules and driven by economic incentives. Blockchain technology in the supply chain can see very good results when there is an online customer ordering for an item available. The customer will be curious about where the product arrived and the estimated delivery time. Supply chain management is very important in providing products to customers. However, when the application management blockchain on the blockchain has removed a number of agencies interested. Blockchain can handle the high freight costs in traditional supply chains. High transport costs are one of the problems that traditional supply chain has to face with. Some items are also lucky to arrive at the destination intact. Industrial trends are changing. Supply chain maps are also constantly changing. There are the difficulties that many companies in the supply chains face. When customers request a product from an online store, they want their product to reach their earliest. It is often the case if a product are poorly managed. Also, parcels can be damaged and come to the customer in many different parts. Customers cannot know where their products are and have been blocked before reaching their hands. Documentation in the traditional supply chains is complex as must document on the steps involved in delivering the product to the customer. While the number of customers is too large and many customers can order products at the same time, in blockchain technology, the most prominent feature is transparency and decentralization. Using this feature will help the supply chain to work more closely. The use of blockchain, the supply chain will be closely linked between the customer and supplier of the product, so that product suppliers can track the path of product. Now the product clearly, they are logged in any paragraph and have a plan to handle it in time. Moreover, all the information stored on the blockchain log can help the customer check at any time. That is, it makes the transparency between the company, the customer, and the carrier. The increased use of ledger can cause system bottleneck or error in the product delivery to be resolved, and therefore new deliveries can be made quickly. When using blockchain technology, it is not necessary to use paper to record the types of transaction.
Now I will talk about Mark, one of the first companies used blockchain to manage their operation. Mark was established in 1904. Now it's become one of the largest supply chain companies, and it's considered as a leading company about transport and logistics, known for flexible and reliable service. Their operations about logistics activities are in more than 48 countries. How Mark apply blockchain in supply chain management? According to Mark, from June 2016, they created a platform which built on the blockchain technology of IBM. This project runs based on the IBM Cloud and powered by Hyperledger, which is a blockchain framework. It's seen as a new development in the supply chain environment when Mark started to use blockchain in supply chain management. In order to keep goods on track across international borders, Mark and IBM has applied blockchain technologies in powering the new platform and used the other cloud-based open source technology. The potential from providing a neutral, open digital platform for secure and easy way of exchanging information is enormous, which can benefit all the company in supply chain network. The digitization of supply chain process will help the Mark manage and track more than 10 million of shipping containers globally from end to end. By using the blockchain technology in supply chain management, Mark can boost trade and save billions of dollars. Benefits of blockchain to help Mark have a competitive edge. Blockchain has many benefits in digitizing, and the two major use of blockchain by Mark are creating shipping information pipeline and paperless trade. Firstly, about the shipping information pipeline, the blockchain provides a platform which capable of displaying the supply chain by digital technologies. Compared with the old process, the global trade digitization process allows all parties involved in managing the supply chain to ensure that parties can access and exchange easily information about the shipment in real time. Secondly, about paperless trade, there are 7 steps in supply chain international shipping. Therefore, blockchain will digitize and automate paperwork, reduce time and cost for custom clearance and shipping. According to Hackett, reducing paperwork can help the GDP rise around 5% and trade about 15% and create $1 billion. In addition, the blockchain-based smart agreement can guarantee accuracy of on-approval requests, which can result in a faster process with lower error. This is the demo about the blockchain created by IBM and Mark.
The following is a demonstration of how IBM and Maersk are partnering to digitize and simplify global trade using blockchain to create trust and transparency in the supply chain. Global trade functions much as it has since the introduction of the shipping container in 1956. Manual paper-based processes are still common, and information about the status of goods is locked away in organizational silos. Today, 90% of goods in global trade are carried by the shipping industry, with the supply chain slowed by the complexity and sheer volume of point-to-point communication across a loosely coupled web of land transportation providers, freight forwarders, customs brokers, governments, ports, and ocean carriers. IBM and Maersk are addressing this problem with a distributed, permission platform accessible by the supply chain ecosystem designed to exchange event data and handle document workflows. Maersk and IBM are employing blockchain technology to create a global, tamper-proof system for digitizing trade workflow and tracking shipments end-to-end, eliminating frictions including costly point-to-point communications. The collaboration will launch with the potential ability to track millions of container journeys per year and integrate with customs authorities on selected trade lanes. In a recent test by Maersk, Shipping a single container of flowers from Kenya to the port of Rotterdam resulted in a stack of nearly 200 communications. Using this example, we will examine how blockchain has been implemented to create trust and security in the digitized document workflow and improve the efficiency of global supply chains.
When applying blockchain technology, Musk can reduce the cost of and complexity of transactions. Thanks to the simplicity of the blockchain process, Musk can help minimize fraud and errors in shipping conversions, reduce shipping costs, improve inventory management, and thereby reduce costs, minor unnecessary expenses. For example, Musk needs to ship a train that includes goods from Schneider Electric. Transportation staff from the port of Rotterdam to network by air. In addition, Musk also transport flowers from Kenya to Holland. Some of Musk's other shipments are made simultaneously with oranges from California to Mandarin and pineapples from Colombia to the Dutch port of Rotterdam. According to the recent study, transporting a container of flowers from Kenya to the port of Rotterdam, Musk will have to pass 200 connection points. Participants in the transportation process include growers, exporters, customs, and importers. Most stakeholders want to know about the condition of goods. The carriage of cargo from the port of Mombasa must be signed by 3 separate parties in the export approval and the documents explaining the source, chemical treatments, flower quality, and customer duties. However, after the blockchain application, all of the above documents can be incorporated into a reliable, easy to follow system that can be tracked by all stakeholders. Participants can check, approve, and update at every step. Materials related to the quality of the goods or the signatures of the authorized persons may be accessed by, and this data may not be altered. Similar to the other types of goods, when customers want to order, they are sure to know the journey, the origin of the goods they ordered, the following, and according to the messenger, the following describe the stakeholder involved in the supply chain: flower, growers, exporter, port, custom, and importer. It can be seen that in the supply chain, blockchain will gradually become more important than ever and will be widely applied in a world with more types of enterprises. Compared to the past, Musk were able to perform multiple shipments at the same time. The use of blockchain has brought significant efficiencies and increased productivity for the global supply chain, reducing fraud and increasing security for Musk. Blockchain was able to solve customer problems and create new business models, reduce costs for customers, and increase access to trade among countries in the world. As such, blockchain can be used to help improve transparency and efficient distribution of goods across the globe. Blockchain has become a technological solution for many different fields, not only in the field of transportation. Many businesses who want to enhance their competitive advantage have started using blockchain technologies. Those companies, including those in the financial sector, pharmaceutical companies, have begun to understand and use blockchain to increase transparency of their goods. Theoretically, when applying blockchain to the supply chain, adaptation and change are not easy. There's also a disadvantage when applying blockchain. Most companies have a long way to go to get their supply chain up and running, so adding a new technology is not easy. The application of blockchain to the supply chain also has to deal with the impacts in the integration environment. There are also a number of researchers who believe that the application of blockchain also needs to take into account the the financial risk involved in putting the application into operation. In addition, companies that want to use blockchain also need to strengthen the information technologies professionals to deal with the problems of blockchain. Nowadays, blockchain specialists do have much, and businesses need to train blockchain specialists before applying the technology into their businesses. The blockchain technology is very complex, needs the consent of many people and everyone's understanding of blockchain. When applying